Hey guys, welcome back to our brand new show for all mankind. We've done the opening episode, we've done the pilot, which really got my attention, but I've been trying to work out what I should call this, because it's clearly unfolding completely differently to our history. So it's not our history, it's not our world. Is it a parallel universe? Is it an alternate Earth? What? Does it really matter? I don't suppose it does. It's a different take on what happens when America isn't the be-all and end-all and aren't first to the moon. So far, a Russian cosmonaut has landed. They had no idea. They thought they were still just running tests the same as NASA was. One of the main guys, Ed, made a catastrophic error of judgment by opening this to a reporter in a bar. Who does that? I understand the level of frustration, and Nixon is losing his shit because it all, the American public look towards the person at the top who decides all of this and the funding and all of that. They are at major risk of, if they don't do this now, even though they're going to be second, they're going to pull their funding completely. Now, it was a little hairy because we know who's on board, that it's Buzz Aldrin and it's Neil Armstrong that are supposed to be landing. They didn't land when they were supposed to. They lost communications. We thought they crashed and burned. I thought they were really going in a different direction, but it turns out they are still alive, and we ended the episode showing them on the surface with it a little bit crooked with one leg kind of bent. I don't know if that module is going to be able to take off again or not. No idea. Anyway, that's the opening premise. That's a quick recap. Let's go find out what they do from here, because they are second to the race here now. So they need to do something to re-establish and grasp American people. Let's go find out. It's episode 2.
A rocket ship taking off from the Earth's surface will use almost all the fuel it can carry. This is the elliptical path which our rocket ship will follow, going out and coming back.
I'm also thinking about this, dude.
We are definitely concerned about stability once we fire the ascent engine from this.
Just lobbing stuff out.
In the meantime, we're losing extra weight.
I mean, they're not where they were supposed to have landed.
Tranquility, you have go for liftoff.
Wow, this is quick. They've just that's it. They're going back up. No speech. No, we're here first.
Engine arm ascent.
Just get back.
Nothing. Ignition.
Gyroscopes all over the place. Oh man, don't crash. Okay. I mean, a successful land. He built the Saturn V. He wired him gone, didn't he? Yeah, look at the snarl, look. He's on the fucking
How much
wall.
longer after each ship before you put me back on flight status? I mean, I've been cooling my heels for 2 damn months now. I'm never going back up, am I?
Probably not, no.
Not as long as Von Braun's director.
See? You said it at the worst possible moment.
Keep pushing paper?
There are worse things.
Yeah, I guess you'd know, wouldn't you?
Watch it, Ed.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's from a trusted source in the Kremlin. And if this is even close to ready.
It's merely blueprints. I have
is it?
hundreds of blueprints. It means nothing.
If the Soviets are going to build a lunar military outpost up there, the president wants one too. We may have lost the moon, but we can still win the race for the base.
Race for the base?
Oh God, all that rhymes.
Right? We will be scouting for the location of a permanent military installation on the moon.
Absolutely not.
Oh, this is where it could really steer in a different direction here, because obviously they've not been first to the moon. So like I was saying in the intro, what comes next? What can they do to prove to have their funding continue? Now we're looking at putting a base up there because they think the Russians are already working on it. So they would have to beat them to that. So now it's a race for the base. London. Because this isn't our history, and because this isn't how we know it goes, if it heads in this direction, NASA could no longer become a scientific, what do you call it? They'll be mixed between scientific and military, and be military, because if you're going to put a fucking weapons base up there, why do humans just never learn? With the time that's going on here, with all the wars that's going on around the world in Vietnam and everything else, and you're looking now at making even a more strategic defense position on the fucking moon to prove a point.
Thomas, listen to me.
Get it. These people don't get it.
We cannot allow this encroachment. I've seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
My Aggregate 4. It was designed for low Earth orbit. When the Wehrmacht saw its potential, it became the V2.
V2 rocket.
A terrible weapon.
And a red moon isn't something our nation can accept.
Red moon, blue moon, green moon, enough of this nonsense.
This is happening. I suggest you get on the train before it runs you over.
Maybe it's time to retire.
I'll tell you in a
Go
minute.
back to Alabama.
Yeah. Could sit on your porch.
I heard about this interview of yours with Jean.
I was
He's really
going
trying
to
to
tell
push
you.
her, isn't he?
I just
Wanted to do it yourself. I know.
He sees the talent in her.
Boys couldn't stop talking about that Apollo 11 landing. Good old-fashioned control crash.
Yeah, Neil's a good stick.
So when you going back up, Ed? 15, right?
Nope.
Well,
Sad as it
it's
is.
unclear at the moment.
Pilots become astronauts, Ed, not the other way around.
What about when they
The
screw
only thing
up?
I've been flying lately is the desk.
But you're also one of the best aviators I've ever seen.
That doesn't matter.
One of.
His name's
Don't be
Solid.
a smartass.
Ed, I can't get another phone call that your plane was shot down. I mean, every time the phone rang, my heart just fell.
I could have gotten killed just as easily going up on 10.
I like her. She's got, as Americans would call it, she's got spunk. It means something entirely different here. The political manoeuvring and doubling down that Nixon's doing, and probably being pushed into it himself by his inner circle. They just seem to think it's a walk in the park.
Where'd you put those vacuum tubes? TV's fritzing again.
Jesus.
Bloody hell.
I don't know.
Tell me you're not still drunk.
Hey, no, baby. Just beat is all.
Hey!
Hey,
You're hungover.
tell Danny that I said,
Oh, shit. Busted, you silly girl.
listen to his mom.
She heard that.
Tell him I said that, hon.
She heard the toilet flush. Look at her face.
Guess I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Hey,
bye.
Trace.
That's a surefire way of knowing. You just saw it in her face. She heard that toilet flush. Got another girl in his hotel room. I don't know whether it's a bit on the side or a hooker or whatever. Probably.
I've had guys on Fido, solid guys, damn near piss their pants during a rocky re-entry.
I don't wear pants.
Nice.
Tell me a bit more about yourself. What do you do for fun?
Like she has time for that.
Relax. Astronauts aren't the only ones allowed to have fun around here.
Yeah, she's
But you are not
committed.
exactly a spring chicken.
It's not that I don't. It's just
It's okay.
right now.
Not every woman is cut out to be a mother.
Not every guy's felt cut out to be a father. Jesus, and that's what she's going to put up with. To understandably, well, I'll give you this job, you might just run off, get pregnant. The shit they had to put up with. Oh, he's working here. That's, I know the actors. I'm just saying that's those that came from Mexico. Is he cleaner here? Wait a minute. Hang on. They are illegal immigrants, right? We watched them in the opening episode cross the border. you suddenly have security clearance to work at NASA, even as a cleaner, because it's still... Be a few of them.
Come la comida. La agarré haciéndolo de nuevo. Libby casi quemó su mano.
This girl's playing up. And I think she's playing up because she just lost her.
Aleida, you need to stop doing this. It's dangerous. You know that.
What's she doing? Burning things?
Yo no sé. A mí me gusta.
English.
Oh, she likes the fire. I just don't understand the connection between this and the show.
You need to talk to me. Do you remember how we used to talk all the time?
There must be.
We can help each other.
There must be further down the line some point where this connects up. Otherwise, why are we seeing it? I don't know. Maybe it's showing the early stages of them arriving here, and this show's got 4 or 5 seasons. Maybe a couple of seasons down the line, they move on quite a bit, and she becomes an astronaut. I don't know. It could be anything. Oh, it's not him. Right.
Thank God. I'm so glad you called.
Just throwing him out.
How's she doing? How do you think?
Well.
Hun,
Knackered my marriage, even though he shouldn't be.
I'm not letting him back in this
let's
home.
calm down, all right?
I could hear her.
Yeah.
She was in the room with him.
But not you.
Fuck the program.
No, why should you?
Trace. Come here.
That's devastating. You saw her face just drop.
Oh, believe you me, being married to Edward Baldwin's no picnic. I'm not saying our problems are the same, but that doesn't mean we don't have problems.
You know,
It's a good-looking woman, too.
I think I always knew.
You just had it confirmed.
I was just... Like, Christ, he's not even trying to hide it anymore. I do everything for that man, Karen.
I know. Divorce.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. That's where this leads. I mean, it is hard enough for any woman, but for women like us, it's... do you remember Harriet and Dawn? There were reporters camped out in their front lawn. Their kids' photos were in magazines. I mean, Trace, you gotta think about those things.
Yeah, I mean, of course, she's not wrong here, is she? You know, this isn't just a normal wife catching her husband cheating because he's away for work, staying in a hotel room. And that's the end of it. You decide whether you throw them out, you decide whether you break up with them, you decide whether you want a divorce. But because of the nature of what he does and who he is, and the media attention and the press and the worldwide public out there knowing, yeah, you will have reporters at your door. You'll have them trying to probe you and question you. They'll probably try to approach your kids at school. You'll have the lot. She's got more to consider because he chose to not consider at all.
I mean, you're not just leaving Gordo, you're leaving your entire life. I'm sorry.
But you can argue, so what's meant to do? Just let it happen?
Look me in the eye and tell me you don't love him.
Of course she loves him. He broke her fucking heart. Yeah, she does. Shit.
I am disappointed in you.
Why?
Why was she done?
What happened?
You've made me look very bad. I was second to the moon, and now you will be the first woman in mission control.
You bastard. Don't do that.
I've had this for over 20 years, and...
Was it a knife?
Now I would like you to have it.
The hell is it? Oh, it's a slide rule. Don't see those no more, do you?
Welcome to the trench, Ava von Braun.
Oh, God. Yeah, hilarious. This is going to be another show that's only going to be popular on my channel with people of a certain age group. If you're not at least probably 40 plus, I'm not sure you'll be watching this.
Make a little detour here, Freddy. Come on, Gordo. Don't you remember the ass chewing we got last time?
Boys,
Dad's home.
Daddy's home.
Making the whole bleeding house shake. Do you know what? I have a feeling he's going to be that arrogant to not even care. Just pull it all back in. I forgot his watch. Well, there's your answer. Just put all his stuff back in.
Smelling good, Trace? What you cooking?
Oh, it's just some casserole.
It's good to see you.
I want to see how she responds.
You too. That's the casserole.
Yeah. You got a gorgeous wife, you got 2 kids, you got a fabulous job.
Make it. Yeah, well, we'll miss it.
Word is, you're putting a base up there.
We want to be on the crew, Deke. Guys, drink some beer, eat some dogs.
Can you imagine? Karen, I cannot believe how well you put this all together. That was all you and Anna are going through. I wish Harry and me still had that kind of passion.
Well, appearances are deceiving.
Plotting your escape too?
Yeah, something like that. Look, I know
But
you
that
came
gives
out
us-
here to get away from all the questions, but
That gives
still
us
my
their
backyard,
personalities
so
as to what makes them
spit
tick.
it out. That was hell of a landing, you know.
If you can call it that. I can't believe I didn't abort.
Well, you pulled it off. It was a good call.
Easy to say that looking back. We drift a little bit further into those rocks.
You'd be in a box. Well,
We're
no, you
smoking
wouldn't.
hole.
You'd still be up there.
And I got my name on the biggest disaster in NASA history. And every once in a while, you get to that point where part of your brain is saying eject. But another part of your brain is saying, go for it.
Go for it.
And hope you're not wrong.
There he is. Ed, I want you to meet Congressman Charles Sand. He's on the committee.
I watched Apollo 10 on TV, Commander. I mean, you boys, you came so damn close. Must have just about killed you. I would love for you to come talk to the committee. Hear what you have to say about all this. You see, that is, the fact that you were punished for speaking the truth, I mean, if they'd listened to you before, well, you know what I'm saying, you're Navy. All you astronauts are all military, aren't you?
Well, technically, yes, sir, but
They're on loan to NASA.
That is exactly the kind of ticky-tack crap that's undermining our fight for the moon.
I know you're not happy, Ed. And I've spoken with the president. He's not happy either. He wants to make some big changes at the agency, and he needs your help.
That von Braun is too cautious, that he cost us the moon.
They're trying to pull von Braun.
look, I don't always see eye to eye with von Braun.
Wind of change.
I respect him. You know, he built the Saturn V.
Werner is a great man, don't get me wrong. But men like him, they don't see the tide till they're drowning in it. Men who actually know what it feels like to be in a dogfight.
You astronauts, you're holding all the cards.
The president's real keen on this, Ed.
Doesn't work like that.
And he remembers his friends. Could be your ticket back up there.
So what do you say?
Oh, don't say that to him. So they're after a complete change at NASA because they feel as though it's the current
Maybe
administration
if
that
they do what
screwed
they
it
want, things will go
up.
back to the way they were before.
You would.
Headed for the Apennine Highlands.
Yeah, no desk
But you
duty.
do realise you're a political pawn in this, right?
No Vietnam. But von Braun, he would be.
There's a lot of very good-looking people in this show. He's got that chiseled jawline.
Now, Commander Baldwin, both Apollo 10 and Apollo 11 lunar modules, they had almost the same
He's
amount of
going to
fuel,
call you
correct?
on this here now.
Yes, sir. Our LEM was heavier than Eagle, so the concern was whether we'd have enough thrust to re-enter lunar orbit.
Were you not Commander at Pax River?
I was, sir.
And when was playing it safe part of being a test pilot?
He's calling you on it.
Right, you were overruled by Werner von Braun.
Well, it was ultimately his decision to view Apollo 10 as a trial run for 11.
You would have been the first man to set foot on the moon, right?
Yes, he would. Him and Cody. You decide what you're going to say here. He's waiting for you to back him up.
Not that simple, sir.
Yeah, he's waiting for you to back him up.
Well, it's true von Braun made the call on the ground, but when we were up in lunar orbit, I knew I could bring the LEM safely down to the surface.
Take a minute and enjoy the view, gentlemen.
Roger that, Houston. We got the best seat in the house.
Let the burn run all the way to completion.
Except that wasn't your mission, Commander. I mean, von Braun, you know, he made it very clear that that was not...
After launch, it's my ship to command.
It almost looks windblown down there, right?
Time's up.
This trip. Time to head for the barn.
Roger that. Heading for the barn.
Was this
I want
close?
to just reach down there and scoop up a handful of moon dust.
But you see, the thing is, yes, it wasn't on the mission parameters. It wasn't, they weren't supposed to, and he didn't go for it. But had he, would we still be looking at the same situation because he went completely against orders? Or would it be because he had a successful landing and they were first to the moon? It doesn't really matter because you did it first. But would they know about that? Because then they wouldn't have known that the Russians were going to beat them to it. Would he still ended up going, well, you may have been first to the moon, but you weren't supposed to do this. So damned if you do, damned if you do.
If I would have said we can land, I knew Gene would have backed me.
Yeah, he probably would.
Just like he backed Neil on 11. It was maybe a few seconds.
All ifs and buts now.
But I knew I could have flown her right down to the deck.
It would have changed so much, but you wouldn't have known you were changing so much.
I almost did. But I pulled back. And it was my call.
It's got the whispers going. Yeah.
Hang on. Now,
yeah. He's taking full responsibility.
We don't have guts at NASA anymore. That's why we lost the moon.
He's not making the same
Now, what are you
mistake
saying now? You're saying I could have landed, I just didn't?
Whether it was the right call or not.
Oh, he's
10 years ago when I was in flight test, maybe I would have said, hell with it. Brought the limb down, but I was the commander of Apollo 10. So if this committee is looking for someone to blame,
me.
Don't look to Von Braun or Neil or anyone else.
He's not giving you that scapegoat.
You look to me. I lost the moon.
Yeah, he's not letting you direct it anywhere else. Wow, that's a heavy burden to take.
What do you want me to say, Gordo?
It wasn't just your decision to make it. I was up there too.
You can understand his...
Did it ever even occur to you to ask me what I thought? Right now should be you and me doing all these ticker tape parades. Instead, I'm backing up Pete Conrad on 12.
You do enough damage yourself. What do you think it says when you wander in a sim an hour late, just reeking of booze and pussy?
That the American dream is alive and well.
At least I own what I did.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
I resigned. I'm going back to the Navy.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
We cannot allow fear to drive us from our purpose. What we are seeking is the key to our future. Extending this God-given brain and these God-given hands to their outermost limits. And in so doing, everyone will reap the harvest.
Your leadership created a culture of caution after the Apollo 1 fire, right?
Yes, of course. We were more cautious. Lives were lost. We care about the lives of our astronauts. You must understand, Congressman, that this is not the end of the race. It's simply the first stage. We pick ourselves up and go back to work.
Push this forward.
Such a familiar face to Americans. And most people know that during World War II, you built the German V2 rocket that killed thousands of innocent Londoners.
What can you say
to that? Great regret that my rockets, which were born of idealism.
Why didn't you stop manufacturing it?
If I may.
Do you think he had a choice?
Chairman, I'm not sure how any of this is relevant to the hearing.
Because what most people don't know, since until very recently it was classified as part of Operation Paperclip, is that you were also a member of the elite Nazi organization known as the SS.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's the same history.
Not everybody gets invited to a photo op with the Fuhrer.
Dr. von Braun, you stated...
Oh, that gives me chills.
We care about the lives of our astronauts. What about the lives of the workers from the Dora Mittelbau concentration camp that were in fact building your rockets? Do you care about their lives?
I saw no camp or any sort of thing like
that. Did visit.
Did you not wonder where all these workers came from?
I didn't know.
Are you saying you had no authority over your own rocket factory?
I had only visited.
The camp was less than half a mile from the factory where you made your rockets.
No, you can't claim that. You can't claim that.
How could you not know?
Yeah.
Over 20,000 men and women died building your V2. 10 times more than were killed by it as a weapon.
Oh, Christ.
They were worked
to death, starved, hung from machinery, shot.
And this is about
That
live
photograph?
television.
That was taken by American soldiers upon their arrival at Dora Camp.
I hate seeing that.
You knew.
You finished anyway.
Exactly what was
He
going
had an
on.
alternate route to go down.
Didn't you? And you did nothing.
No authority. I was limited. You must understand.
Turn it off.
Apparently, the Soviets have launched another N-1. It was an ambush.
Indeed.
Nixon and his lackeys, they laid a trap for me.
Yeah, they did.
But is it true?
True.
How can you ask me this? Sit down, Margot. I had to keep my work moving forward. You, of all people, must understand
Your
this.
work?
Listen to what he's saying.
Maybe I could have done more, but then I would
Sacrifice the
probably
work.
be dead.
You can't know that. What might have been. Something is, or it isn't.
You can't.
We gathered everything. Schematics, calculations, designs, and buried it in the hills above Peenemünde so the Soviets couldn't find it. I chose America to give my life's work. I gave them everything. Progress is never free, Margot.
Yes.
There's always a cost.
There's always a price. I didn't see it going down this road with him so early, only episode 2. So that's Nixon and his lackeys, as he calls it, moving the goalposts, removing him.
You had a dream of what your future could be. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
you
going to be
came
about
here.
her.
I miss her too, mija. You know, maybe one day, Aleida, you'll build a fire inside one of these.
Become an engineer. Chemistry and fire,
I've been informed by Dr.
chemicals.
Kissinger that
Maybe
thanks to
you
our
do.
recent
Maybe
military
that's why he's showing them
operations, we may be
them
within
to
reach
us.
of an honorable peace with the North Vietnamese. And on this momentous day, as Apollo 12 readies to begin the search for the location of the first American lunar base, I commit that we will do whatever it takes. We will bear any burden to secure our place in the heavens.
Okay, here we go. Give me status, people. Booster, go. Retro, go flight. Fido,
go.
Go for launch.
Moved up the launch, haven't they?
9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine fire. Have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
First stage tank pressures, all nominal. Fido, how we looking?
Fido's good flight, right down the middle.
How you holding up?
Just fine. How's everybody at MSC?
And now Nixon's got us putting all hands on deck for this military lunar outpost.
Of course it has.
Dark days. I brought you something.
Do a job back. Oh, the plaque.
I almost threw it away when Leonov landed, but couldn't quite bring myself to.
No, you shouldn't.
We came in peace for all mankind.
Presidents come and go, Ed, but we're the ones carrying the fire. Took a lot of guts what you did up there in D.C.
Yeah, it did.
I need guys like you around for what's coming down the pike.
There you go.
I'm not coming back to sit behind the desk.
No.
You're not.
You're not.
No.
What exactly does that mean?
Means you're back on Apollo 15.
Wait,
Ed, maybe just once, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just.
You're going back to the moon.
Yes, sir.
You stuck by it with what you decided to do, and then.
Thank you, sir.
That whole setup with Von Braun
Sorry,
was
hon.
just.
Deke, you guys should come and see this.
The video is coming in now. There's the cosmonaut now.
They're back on the moon
The
again.
ladder. There we have it.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Cosmonaut is now on
They're
the
back.
lunar surface.
Back before them again.
It's a woman.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been confirmed that it's a woman. Her name is Anastasia Belikova. Air Force.
Oh, they are pushing
truly
forward.
Historic moment for women watching across the world. The first woman to set foot on the moon.
Shit. That was good. This show is good. This show is really good. I was not expecting right at the end there for them to already be back up for them before Apollo 12's even got out of the fucking atmosphere. And then the big reveal. Well, what have the Russians been drinking, man? Oh my God, they beat them to the moon. Now they put the first woman on the moon. In 1969, that's a big fucking deal. No matter what country you're from. Damn. I'm just trying to let that soak in. They are just upping the ante every single time. They're just throwing more money on the table and going, the pot's mine. Now then, Von Braun. I was concerned about it in the opening episode, but I wasn't judging him. I wasn't taking it too much to heart because I knew that obviously with what we saw with the opening episode that this show is completely different to our history. So I was like, well, maybe it's completely different, you know. But his history kind of isn't. His past in Germany is not. Boy, did that congressman absolutely crucify him. The man is very educated, very well spoken, very articulate, and you reduced him to mumbling because what can you say? It's right there. And when he broke it down bit by bit about the factory and how close it was you lived to it and what you're not in charge of your own missile program, and it's just, and the fact that you were part of the SS. But her, what's her name? Margot, is it? She had no clue. No clue. That's their friendship. Done. Absolutely done. So we're pushing forward. Nixon has surgically removed, with those under him, and the congressmen have removed Von Braun. Looks like Ed's back in for standing his ground, even though he knew that was crucifying him and that would end his career, and he was looking at going back to the military. So that's changed it all up. The other thing of note, Gordy's wife, I don't know her name yet. She's made her decision, hasn't she? He got caught, stupidly, just because the girl flushed the toilet while he was on the phone. But Ed's wife, whose name I also don't know, you know what, like his name. I'll learn them as I go along. Laid it all out for her as to what this kind of divorce would be for you because of who you are and who your husband is. That you would be in the limelight, your kids would be in the limelight, you'd be in magazines, you'd be on newspapers, you'll probably even be on television, the reports are going to be at your door. Do you want all that, or are you willing to forgive him, or are you willing to overlook it? Whatever decision she's making, for the time being, she's keeping up appearances. Whether that lasts or not, I don't know. So Ed's back in, Gordy's still there, they're probably going to go back up on 15, right? But now we're going for a military base on the moon. I mean, we just never fucking learn, do we? Vietnam's raging away, amongst other wars, and now we're looking at making a strategic defensive move as part of the Cold War to beat the Russians to it on the moon. Except they have just done it again. Oh man, this cough's driving me crazy. So they've put the first man on the moon. They've put the first woman on the moon. The ball's in your court. If they don't do this base now, even though I think it's the wrong move and it's going to turn NASA on its head from being scientific to military, I can see it coming. as to where this show's going to go with it, especially if they move time forward in each season. I'm assuming they probably will do. It seems that it's going to be that type of show. We'll see where we'll go from there. Right, I will be back. Episode 3 next week, guys. Until then, thank you very much for watching. By all means, post your comments down below. Let me know what you think in this series so far. We're only 2 episodes in. Quite a lot has happened. And not as we remember it. Right then, see you for the next one. Take care.